Hello everyone, welcome back to Think Lab by Saurabh. Today we are going to compare the five biggest cloud data platform used by the modern enterprise. So these are the Databricks, Snowflake, Microsoft Fabric, Google BigQuery and the Amazon Redshift. So if you are preparing for data engineering, cloud, AI, machine learning or data analytics interview, so this video will help you to understand when each platform should be used. So let's begin. So why we need the cloud data platform? So every second millions of record are generated from the website, mobile application, IoT device, banking transactions, social media or enterprise application. So traditional database cannot efficiently process the petabytes of structure and unstructured data. So modern business need platform that can store, process, analyze and secure and serve the data for AI applications, right? So this is exactly why the cloud data platform have become the backbone of modern data engineering, right? That was the only reason. So now we are start with the Databricks, right? So let's start the Databricks. Databricks introduced the concept of Lakehouse architecture. So traditional organization maintain two separate systems. One is data lake for storing the raw file, and another one is a data warehouse for business analytics. So maintaining both system increase the cost and complexity, right? So Databricks combine the both into the single architecture we call the Lakehouse, right? So the storage layer in this built on the data lake, right? So which provide the AC transaction, and also it's also provide the like reliable data management, and also for the computation. So Databricks use the Apache Spark, right? So a distributed computing engine capable for processing terabytes and petabyte of data across hundred of machine. So in the Photon engine accelerate SQL execution and also improve the performance. So for artificial intelligence, Databricks provide the ML flow and feature store model registry model serving, right? And the some kind of generative AI application. So if your company is building LLM rack pipelining, recommendation system, or some kind of streaming analytics, so Databricks is often one of the strongest choice, right? So now we are moving to Snowflake. So let's discuss the Snowflake. So Snowflake is a cloud native enterprise data warehouse houses, right? So it is the biggest innovation in the separating storage and the compute. So storage keep your data while virtual warehouse provide the independent computing power. So this means the different team can execute the workload simultaneously without affecting each other performance. So Snowflake is automatically scale the resources based on your demand and reduce the infrastructure management. So developer can use the Snowpark, right, to write the Python code, Java, and a Scala directly inside the Snowflake, right? So it is the Cortex AI platform enable generative AI capability, and it can also use for the document search, intelligence SQL application. So Snowflake is widely used in the banking, insurance, healthcare, and retail. So where secure data sharing between the organization is extremely important, right? So now we are moving to Microsoft Fabric. So let's move to the Microsoft Fabric. So Microsoft Fabric brings together multiple Microsoft Analytics service into the one platform. So instead of managing separate tools, so organization use the single environment. So Fabric include one lake, Power BI, Data Factory, data engineering, data science, real time analytics, and the data warehouse capability. So one lakh act as a centralized storage layer similar to OneDrive for the enterprise data. So Fabric integrate deeply with Azure, Microsoft 365, Power BI, and Microsoft Copilot. So organization already invested in the Microsoft ecosystem, so can build the complete analytics pipeline with minimal integration effort, right? So that is the very important. Now we are moving to the BigQuery. So let's discuss the different opportunity of the BigQuery. So BigQuery is the Google fully managed serverless data warehouse. So unlike traditional system, user don't manage the server, even the cluster or infrastructure. So Google automatically handle the resource allocations. They can optimize the query, maintain, they easy to maintain, and the scaling, right? So one of the biggest advantage is to ability to execute the SQL query on extremely large data set within the second, right? So BigQuery ML allow developer to train machine learning model directly using the SQL, right? That is the most advantage thing of the BigQuery. So in integrates the seamless what with the seamlessly with the Vertex AI, data flow, even the Looker and other Google cloud services, right? So company dealing with highly variable workload often prefer BigQuery because they only pay for the resources they actually consume, right? So now we are moving to Amazon Redshift. So finally, let's talk about the Amazon Redshift, right? So Amazon Redshift is AWS Enterprise Data Warehouse platform, right? Its architecture is based on the massively parallel processing, or we can call MPP, right? So instead of executing one query in a single machine, multiple compute nodes the process different portion of the data simultaneously. So this improve the query performance for analytical workload. Redshift integrate the natural with Amazon S3, right? Even AWS Glue data formation, even like SageMaker, right? So organization already using this AWS generally choose the Redshift because it's fit for into their existing cloud infrastructure, right, or cloud architecture. So now we are going to compare all these five, like. So now let's compare them quickly. So if your primary goal is AI, machine learning, data engineering, so Databricks is usually for a strongest option. So if your organization mainly perform SQL analytics, dashboard, and secure enterprise data sharing, so Snowflake is the excellent choice, right? If your company already use Microsoft Azure, Power BI, Microsoft 365, so Microsoft Fabric provide the smoothest experience, right? If you prefer fully managed, serverless analytics, so BigQuery is the outstanding option, right? So if your organization is deeply integrated with AWS, so AWS Redshift become the most natural solutions. Okay, so now we are going to cover the real world example. So imagine a large e-commerce company is there, right? Customer browse the product every second, orders arrive continuously, right? So payment system generate the transactions log, marketing team analyze the customer behavior, execution need the business dashboard, executive need the business dashboard, data scientist train the recommendation model. So a possible architecture could be look like this: data bricks process the extremely data and the train the model, Snowflake store the enterprise business data for reporting, Fabric Power BI dashboard for the management, BigQuery analyze the click stream data using the serverless SQL, Redshift support the analytics for organization running entirely on AWS. So different organizations select the different platform depending on their business and their ecosystem. So rather than choosing a single universal solution, right? So you have to choose different organizations select the different platform, okay, depending on their business ecosystem, right? So they directly not rely on the only one solution. So I'm talking about the career advice on kind of things, right? So if you are starting with your data engineering journey, so don't try to master every platform immediately, right? So first try to learn the skill thoroughly. Then you move to mastering in the Pythons. Understand the data warehouse concept like ETL, ELT, Apache Spark, and the cloud storage. Once you understand your fundamental is strong, so learning any cloud platform become the much more easier because the core concept remain almost same, right? So now we are going to conclude this video. So there is no single platform that is best for everyone. The right choice depend on your cloud provider, right? Even business requirement, AI strategy, like even a team expertise and the budget, okay, and those some kind of existing technology stack, right? So I hope this comparison help you to understand the strength of Databricks, Snowflow, Microsoft Fabric, Google Query, Amazon Redshift. So if you found this video useful, so please like, share, and subscribe the Think Lab by Saurabh. And and also you write in the comment which cloud data platform do you think will dominate in the future of the AI and data engineering. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Keep learning, keep building, keep growing.